Hola! Now we're going to learn two new verbs, saber y conocer. Saber y conocer significan, or mean, to know. Well, what's all that? We have two verbs in Spanish that both mean to know. Well, here they are. Remember when we learned about ser and estar? Two verbs in Spanish that mean to be. Yo soy profesor, I am a professor. Yo estoy en la clase, I am in the class. And we use to be, ser and estar, in different circumstances. Well, this is the same thing now with the verb to know. Saber y conocer. They're written differently and they also have different uses. Let's conjugate saber. Saber starts out a little irregular and then it falls into place. Yo sé, I know. Yo no sé, I don't know. Tú sabes, you know. Él, ella y usted sabe. He, she, you, formal knows. Nosotros sabemos, we know. Ellos saben, they know. Ellas saben, ustedes saben, you know. Let's look at conocer. Conocer starts off a little irregular as well. Yo conozco, I know. Then it falls into place with regular conjugation. Tú conoces. Él, ella y usted conoce. Nosotros conocemos. Ellos, ellas y ustedes conocen. Well, now you know the easy part, how to conjugate the verbs. Now let's figure out, when do we use saber? When do we use conocer? Well, let's look at a couple of examples. All right, let's look at some examples. With the verb saber, we're talking about facts, information, something that you've learned. Let's look at the three examples. Número uno, yo sé que tú vives en una casa. I know that you live in a house. A fact or information. Número dos, él sabe que Bob tiene una hermana. He knows that Bob has one sister. Número tres, ellos saben nadar. They know how to swim. Something they've learned. So, saber is used when we're talking about knowledge, information, facts, something you've learned. When do we use conocer? Let's take a look at the three examples. Yo no conozco tu casa. I don't know your house. What is that implying? That I haven't been to your house. I'm not familiar with your house. I haven't actually been there. Maybe, yo sé que tú vives en una casa. I know you live in a house. I have the information. Pero no conozco tu casa. I don't know your house. Implies, I have never been to your house. Él conoce la hermana de Bob. He knows Bob's sister. What is that implying? That they have met. Right? This is information. Él sabe que Bob tiene una hermana. He knows Bob has a sister. Doesn't mean they've necessarily met. Conocer, él conoce la hermana de Bob. He knows Bob's sister implies they have met. Remember when we greet each other? Gusto en conocerte. Pleased to meet you, or literally, pleased to know you. Third example, ellos conocen Toronto. They know Toronto. What is that implying? That they have been there. It's not just a point on the map that they know about. Then we would use the verb saber. Ellos conocen Toronto. They know Toronto implies they have been there before. So, knowing a fact, information, we use saber. Knowing a person, having been to a place, being familiar with a person or a place, we use conocer. These are not interchangeable. So, please pay attention.